They're designing these games for bums, like straight up. They don't want you being able to go into practice mode and practice these things and have an edge on your opponent. That's not what EA wants. They don't want a skill gap in the game, basically. They do not want a skill gap in the game. All right, let me show you guys changes that EA made in Madden 25 compared to Madden 24 that it ruined the experience of the game. Right, let me show you guys. I'll show you guys. So let's hop into Madden 24. I'm going to explain to you guys why EA has to stop making stupid changes that nobody asked for. Just go back to the way it was. Stop making stupid changes that nobody asked for. You're taking away the skill gap from the game, making these stupid changes. I can understand, you know, adding new things to the game, but changing the core fundamentals of how the game plays, you're taking away the skill gap from the game, right? So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Madden 24 was ass, but you know, it's like Madden 25 had switch sticking. So I'm a defensive minded player. For me, a good Madden year is a year where the defense is good, because I like playing defense more than I like playing offense. But anyways, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. In this game, if you come on baseline, right? Baseline, you see? Baseline, right? I'll come on baseline, and it doesn't matter what defense I come out in. There's actually two things I hate. I'm going to explain this. Two things that I hate about Madden 25 that EA changed in the game that didn't need to be changed. So, all right, so baseline. So if the defense comes on baseline, right? I'm in baseline right now, and I press. I'm still able to move my corners back. You see that individually. I'm still able to move my corners back, up and down. Who at EA Sports was like, yeah, let's change this. Let's make it where if you baseline, you can't move your corners back. Who at EA Sports? This is what I mean. This is what I say. It feels like they're trying to take away the skill gap from the game, right? They're trying to take away the skill gap from the game, right? I can press my defense. I can move them back. Well, individually, I can move my corners back individually, right? I don't have to click on and drag them back. You guys see what I mean? I don't have to click on and drag them back, right? That's one change that EA should not have changed. Why did they touch that? Who knows? Now this is another change they changed in the game on the defensive end. I don't know why they're making these stupid changes. So let me show you guys right here. If you go into packages right here, you see that package, FS sub package. If you switch your package to FS sub, okay, so it doesn't matter what. Like on defense, I can change my adjustments to, I can be creative with my adjustments if you come out in certain packages, right? I can move this, I can make this guy play that side of the field. You see the blue, right? You see how far the blue can play on that side. I can make him play on that side of the field, right? I can do the same with this guy right here, right? I can literally be creative with my adjustments, right? So you guys get the picture. So if I audible to a different play, if I audible to cover 4 drop, for example, I can still do the same adjustments, right? I can still do the same adjustment with my safety. You see how I'm able to still be able to do the same adjustments with my safety, right? So what I'm trying to get at is that if I audible, I'm still able to do the same adjustments. Why did you guys change it in Madden 25? Why? If I audible to a different coverage, like cover 4 drop, for example, like I just showed you guys, it completely wipes it out. It changes it completely wipes it out. Why did they make that change? Right? Why did they make that change? Ooh, I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. It feels like they're trying to make it harder for you to play defense. Who's making these changes at EA Sports, right? And here's the third thing. Here's the third thing that they changed. I can baseline out of the quick adjustments, you see baseline right there. I am allowed to baseline out of the quick adjustments, right? Why did you guys change that? Why you make it where I can't baseline? I'm able to baseline out of my coverage adjustments, the quick adjustments on your controllers, on the controller. Why? This is what I'm saying. It feels like they're trying to make the game for casuals to be able to score on you. They're trying to make it harder to play defense. And have you noticed this year they haven't added one new defensive formation in the game, but they've added a bunch of offensive formations in the game, right? So now we can go to man 25. I'll show you guys exactly why they're making these changes. They're making these changes to make it easier for people to be able to score in the game. That's it. They're trying to make it a casual experience for anyone to be able to score on you. Sports, it's in the game. All right, now we're back on Madden 25, and I'm going to show you guys that I'm not making this shit up. Like, they're designing these games for bums, like straight up. They don't want you being able to go into practice mode and practice these things and have an edge on your opponent. That's not what EA wants. They don't want a skill gap in the game, basically. They do not want a skill gap in the game, right? Now let me show you guys what I'm talking about. It's like they don't want a skill gap in their game. So you guys see that I'm in baseline. You see that, right? Baseline, right? And then I baseline and I baseline and press my defense, right? Baseline press. But I'm not allowed to move my corners back. See what I'm saying? I am not allowed to individually move my corners back, right? Unless you move your whole defense back. But I'm not trying to move my whole defense back. I'm not trying to move my whole defense back, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Who at EA Sports is like, let's make this change to the game, because they're trying to take the skill gap out of the game. That's why they don't want you doing shit on defense. They don't want you doing shit on defense, right? It takes away the skill gap from the game. EA, stop making these stupid changes that nobody asked for. Stop making these stupid changes nobody asked for, right? And if you notice, they took baseline out of the quick adjustments. There's no baseline anymore compared to Madden 24. You guys saw in Madden 24, I showed you guys there was a baseline on the. So if you come on baseline if you come on baseline in the coaching adjustment, you can't individually baseline. Like, that's what I'm saying. Who's making these changes? You have to go into coaching adjustments to baseline or man align. Like, it's so stupid. It really is stupid. Now let me show you another thing they changed in the game. Back to the adjustments, the way the adjustments work in the game, right? So you guys see how I'm able to do, you know, I can be creative with my safeties and whatnot. Now if I audible to a different play, like let's say cover 4 drop, right? If I audible to cover 4 drop, then it changes my adjustments. It changes my adjustments. So I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. It changes my adjustment. I can't be creative with my adjustments anymore. I just can't be creative with my adjustments. So, you know, I can't be creative with my adjustments anymore. I can't put that safety. I can't put my safety in whatever blue that I want. I can't put my safety in whatever blue that I want. So that's the reason why I hate Madden 25. They made too many unnecessary changes on defense. They don't care. They didn't change nothing on offense, but on defense, it's like you made too many unnecessary changes that didn't need to be touched. Instead of trying to fix the things that need to be fixed, you're touching things on defense that don't need to be touched.